Welcome to Resilient Lady.
Yes, Virgin Voyages' third ship.
Yeah.
We're back in our happy place.
Yes, we are.
We are
Travels with David.
and Mark. Are we on the right side of the logo this time? Who knows?
Who knows? Probably not. We've just boarded in Athens.
The Resilient Lady.
The
as we
Resilient
just said.
Lady, yes.
Ahead of a 7-night Greek cruise. Well, not all Greek. We're doing the Corfu, Dubrovnik and More itinerary.
Yes, so this won't be in the order that we're going to the ports, but we are doing Corfu, Dubrovnik, Kotor and Mykonos, and then back to Athens.
Yes.
We've never been to any of the ports before, so we're very excited.
We haven't, but if you've watched before, you know that we have sailed Virgin Voyages before.
Many times.
And we love them. But we are on this cruise with a group of 5 other friends
and family
who have never sailed, never cruised at all.
So my older brother Mark and his fiancée Lisa, who we've mentioned on the channel before, they are on here with us. Sarah and Adam and Nikki, who we've mentioned on the channel before, are also with us. Nikki you will have seen in our New Zealand vlogs.
If you followed for a while.
If you followed for a while.
If you followed for a while, you'll know that when we do these sailings, normally we do a come along with us style and we'll take you along for everything. This one's going to be slightly different.
Yes.
We are sailing with friends and family as a joint 40th celebration, basically.
So Mark turns 40 later this year, Adam turns 40 whilst we're on this cruise, and Nikki turned 40 a couple of months ago.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is we're going to probably enjoy this more as a holiday,
yes.
But we're going to bring you along. This might be a 1-video 7-week cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll split it into 2. We'll see how we go.
See how we go.
You know we don't plan these things.
Yes. But so far we've done Embarkation, a
Really
breeze.
Yes.
We were worried that there wouldn't be anywhere to wait. However, because we're lucky enough to have these,
yeah,
that meant that we could wait in the Rockstar area. They had a waiting area for rock stars, but I don't think they had a waiting area.
I don't know,
anywhere
yes.
else.
And apologies that someone did comment on a previous video to say, when you're in Athens, can you look to see what is the Splash of Romance boarding procedure? We didn't get to see any of the normal terminal because of...
They had a priority check-in area, but we didn't...
Splash of Romance.
Well, I think it's for Splash of Romance or Deep Blue Extras, anyone that gets priority check-in.
Right.
They had a check-in area that was just a shorter line to check in, but we didn't see them calling people forwards.
And so after that point, we don't know where there was to wait.
Apologies.
For the rock stars, there was a separate area in an air-conditioned tent.
Yes.
Air-conditioned tent.
But they were putting on shuttles into the Piraeus.
Yeah, so if you did
centre.
arrive too early, obviously drop your bags off and then you can get the shuttle back into town, have a wander and then come back
to the port.
Yeah.
But it was a breeze.
Yes, it really was a breeze, David. After the mega rock stars were collected by their agents, at about 1:45 we were whisked off by a crew member towards the ship. And seeing our cruise newbie friends' first reaction to being up close and personal with Resilient Lady was priceless. Once on board, we had the welcome drink.
We did. We've partaken in a few of those.
If it shows, I apologise.
We are now going to go and get some food and then see the sailaway party. Very exciting. We have already bumped into Katrina and Rachel,
yes,
who are the balancer and the flare in that order, who we've met on previous voyages. So it was lovely to see them again.
Yeah.
We know Patsy, who we've seen before as the hostess, is on.
Ryan's the foodie on this one. We've been on a sailing with Ryan, but I don't think we've met you yet. But...
No, but we haven't seen those guys yet, so we'll see those at
Bear
sailaway.
With. That's the door. Bear with. So yes.
Ahoy,
Oh.
Voyages safety always comes first, closely followed by fun. In half an hour, we will open all assembly stations so that you can check in, familiarize yourself with the location, and receive important safety information from our crew.
Sorry, back again.
Speaking of food, that was our friends waiting for food, so we'll be very quick.
Yes, so join us for a 7-night sailing around Greek and other islands.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
So yes, after dropping our hand luggage in the cabins, we headed to the galley for a bite to eat, before giving our cruise newbie friends a whistle-stop tour of the ship we know and love. From the cosy indoor spaces to the open decks and pools, we showed them it all. We have to admit though, bringing 5 newbies along was slightly nerve-wracking. We'd been singing cruising and Virgin's praises for ages, but would they enjoy it? And would our favourite shows live up to the hype we'd built? As we found out, not everything stays the same, but more on that later. After Sarah and Lisa discovered just how uncomfortable that red net is, we made our way to Richard's rooftop for the first happy hour of the cruise, before taking our places for the sailaway party.
We are the folks on board here to make sure you have a good time and share some very good vibes. Now, I see a few of you down there have gotten a little bit comfortable, but don't worry, we like it. Now, in just a few moments, we'll be toasting to you naughty sailors. Raise your glass to the treasures you've yet to uncover. Lift a glass to the friends you've yet to uncover. May this journey be filled with excitement and fun, and may your voyage with Virgin be an unforgettable one. A toast to the Resilient Lady!
I know we say this in every vlog, but please don't let the sailaway party scenes shape your whole view of Virgin Voyages. We get it, if you only ever saw this and Skull at night, you'd think it was one big party cruise. But honestly, outside of these 2 events, the vibe can be as chilled and relaxed as you want it to be. See, now we're away from the party, you'd never guess what was going on just a few decks up. And whilst we're here, a quick tip. If you're sailing with friends in neighbouring cabins, ask your room host to open up the balcony dividers. That way, you've got one big shared balcony, perfect for little group hangouts. The wake has become a bit of a first night tradition for us, and tonight was no exception. Do you have any first night traditions on a cruise? Let us know in the comments below. After a delicious meal, we made our way to the Manor to see Aria the Diva in Diva Fever, a glittery 70s inspired drag show. She was fantastic. But fair warning, there's a bit of audience participation in this one, as Nikki and I quickly found out. But don't worry though, you do get rewarded for your efforts.
To the back, and all the way around. All right, that's what you do. Pay attention. Take the money in my purse and stuff it into these mannequins. Clearly you're gay, so you do, never mind. But use your imagination. Make them look like women, you know, nice and voluptuous, like myself. Okay, I'm gonna count you down from 3, right? 1, 2, 3, go! Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, well, time out. You stuffed all the cash. Literally, thanks. Wow. So you in fact made her just like me. Okay, perfect. Come on around here, you raging homosexual you. Why don't you go over there and get those drinks as a congratulatory gift? Put it out there for your company.
Every first night on a Virgin voyage wraps up with the pyjama party, held out here at the Athletic Club, or inside the Manor if the weather turns. And again, don't judge Virgin by this scene, it's just first night energy in full swing. Non-cruise Mark would run a mile from this sort of thing, but when you're here, well, you might as well join in. Of course, we carried the party on, dancing our way into the pizza place. You didn't think we'd miss that tradition, did you? It's day 2, and on our way to Kotor, the ship has made a planned, but to us, totally surprise, pit stop off the coast of Zakynthos, pausing for a few hours so we can soak up the views. For us, on this extra relaxed sea day, it's time for brunch with our fellow YouTubers, the sailaway Cannons.
Hello there.
Hi. So that's the first night done. That was sailaway party. Fabulous atmosphere as always.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And
You will have just seen a montage of all what we're about to talk about, just FYI.
yes, so it seemed like everyone in our group enjoyed the sail away for their
Yes.
first time.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, because it was so hot, standing in that shallow bit of the pool with like your feet covered really helps regulate your temperature.
Yeah, and then every so often someone would walk past and like
splash it up your
just
back
do a
end.
little. Yes, most welcomed.
But then it was a hop, skip and a jump back to the rooms to get changed for dinner at the wake.
We had the wake, fantastic as always.
It was incredible. I think most people had steaks, and then we got some lamb to share.
Beautiful.
Some of the best lamb I've ever had.
Honestly, it was so just gorgeous.
And bearing in mind, Adam is a Michelin-starred chef, he was very impressed.
Yes.
So I'm taking that as a win.
Taking it as a win. And we finished off last night with the pyjama party that, because it was glorious weather, was held outside at the Athletic Club.
though.
It was so humid. So humid.
I don't know about yours, but my kind of scarlet, silky pyjamas that aren't silk, it's satin and does not breathe, became a completely different colour because it was drenched in sweat.
Drenched in sweat. But it was a fab party.
It was a fab party, yeah.
It was popping.
Yeah. And we met a few of you as well, so thank you very much.
Yes. We did meet a few of you. So thank you for saying hello as always. We always appreciate it. We love it so much. So never feel like you can't say hello.
No, absolutely not. No.
Yes.
And of course we had to do the traditional pizza before bed.
We only had one pizza. We were sensible.
Yes. Being completely honest, a bit of a letdown.
It wasn't
this
great.
time round.
But I feel like the last time we were on Resilient, which was August 2024, I feel like we said the pizza wasn't great on the first night then. Do you remember? And we were
that does ring a bell.
Gosh. And then we went back the next day and it redeemed itself.
Maybe it's just an embarkation day
Maybe
thing.
we'll see if it's better today because it wasn't great.
No.
Which is sad.
Yes.
Because you know we like our pizza. Today's a sea day. We are currently heading to Kotor, Montenegro.
Yes.
But strangely, we got a notification on the app yesterday to say that we were going to be dropping anchor en route
in Zakynthos.
So we've just spent a few hours moored up in Zakynthos. We couldn't get off the ship.
They were letting the immigration people on. I'm not sure what for.
Must be something to do with...
Beautiful scenery though, so we enjoyed it.
Yeah. It is beautiful scenery. Well, let's turn around so you can see. I don't know if you can see. And we just click off our faces. We'll go dark for a second. Beautiful. Anyway, back to the important bits. Us.
Let's be back round so we're not backlit. Weather is a bit more manageable today. It feels a bit cooler, although we are on a balcony in the shade. So take from that what you will.
Yes. We have had a lazy morning. We didn't wake up till 10. And then we've just been for brunch.
Yes.
With sailaway Cannons. Hello, sailaway Cannons.
Hello, sailaway
So Jordan and Andrew.
Yes. It was lovely lunch.
You will have also seen in our montage of Sailaway, they appeared in the montage section as well. Yeah, fabulous time.
Yeah, we've not met them before. We've spoken online for a while, but never met them.
I feel like we knew them already.
Yes, and we've had a lovely time. So thank you, boys.
Yes. You had, again, if you've watched our channel for a while, you'll know that we raved about the dish in the wake for brunch called the wake. And we've said previously that it had gone not so great in recent sailings. So we had it again today.
Today's was a success.
It was lovely again, so fabulous.
Big chunk of pork belly, which I like to see.
And that's what they called me at school.
Oh.
Big chunk of pork belly.
Anyway, we're going to go find our friends now.
Yeah, we've sun-creamed up and we're going to head up to Richard's and have a chill before Richard's happy hour, and then we've got another rose later on.
very excited to introduce people to that. Just before we do go, can I just ask, does everyone else hate putting t-shirts on over sun cream when you're sun creamed up? It's sticky and disgusting.
I hate putting sun cream on anyway. It's such a faff.
Yeah, we're saying we need to invest in one of those kind of
like
SPF UV t-shirt things that you just put on.
Because A, it is easier, and B, it will hide my beef. What was I called? My beef? No, pork belly.
Okay, bye.
If you've got access to Rich's rooftop, the suites-only area of the ship, remember you can order food directly from the crew, and they'll bring it up from the Sun Club Cafe. And also remember, if you're here during Rich's happy hour, it's not just Moet that's included. There are beers, cocktails, and all sorts on the menu, all part of the happy hour perks. After listening to some fantastic live music up on the rooftop, it was time to head off for our evening show.
Lift party!
Another Rose is a unique upcharge event, combining elements of cabaret and immersive theatre to create an unforgettable dining experience. With 3 tiers of seating available, the experience can be as immersive as you want it to be. We'd recommend doing the front row seating, as this gets you right in the heart of the action. However, if you do have mobility issues, it's worth noting that this option does involve you moving around during the performance. The ticket price includes your dinner, the show, and many alcoholic drinks. However, non-alcoholic options are available too. It's worth noting that regardless of the tiered seating that you choose, or if you go for the non-alcoholic drink options, the ticket price remains the same at $50. You can only book this experience once you get on board, and your bar tab can't be used for it, but your sailor loot can. Having left Another Rose somewhat merrier than we arrived, we ended the night at karaoke. Long-time viewers, don't you worry, David did sing some new songs this time. Well, apart from this one. It's a new day, and after having probably offended half the Americans on board with that song last night, we awoke to the breathtaking views of Kotor. Anyway, time to find out if we enjoyed last night's showing of Another Rose.
Yeah, we have some thoughts and opinions.
So if you've watched any of our previous vlogs when we've been on Resilient Lady previously, we love Another Rose.
We do.
It's a highlight for us normally. If you don't know what it is, dinner show is exactly that, a dinner show.
It's a dinner show. It's like a love story type thing. You get free drinks while you're in there.
And it's a 3-course meal.
Mm-hmm.
So coming onto this voyage, we had heard that they had changed it slightly.
Yeah, they've updated a few bits.
So it was a new cast.
Or down-dated a few bits, depending on your thoughts.
This is, yeah. It didn't hit the same, let's be honest.
No, it didn't. I think some of the stuff, they've stripped stuff out. And some of the stuff they've stripped out was the bits that were a bit more spectacular.
Yeah.
And a bit more, felt more, from an LGBT perspective, felt more inclusive.
So, spoilers, there is going to be some spoilers on what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so skip ahead if you don't.
What David was skirting around then was that it felt like the poly relationship and the gay storyline were watered down to maybe make them more palatable for
a wider
audience.
Yes, I would say
and
that.
For us, our favourite bits of that show or the bits that obviously represent us. And because you don't get to see that often in shows. And when we first saw it, and there's the bit where the two guys are doing the acrobatics.
It's spectacular.
Spectacular, and I used to cry because it was just beautiful. There is now no acrobatics.
Yes, and we've checked, and we don't believe that it was a tech issue. We don't believe that they just didn't have the acrobats.
It wasn't a rough sea day.
No.
So, as far as we are aware, they have stripped out all acrobatics from that show.
Yes.
And that meant to me, yes, the singers and the dancers were still fantastic, but that it just felt like there was no wow moment.
Yeah, and then there was a wedding and then it ended and it just felt a bit flat. And you know how much we love Virgin, so when we're saying this, I'm hoping that also proves to you we will always be honest with you guys about when we think stuff isn't great. So we left feeling on a bit of a low.
Yeah.
The rest of the group enjoyed it still,
Because
which is good.
they'd not seen a previous version.
No. And they're all straight. So
Yeah.
that might not make a difference, but
As
for
I say,
us-
like the singers and dancers are still we don't want to take away from those.
No.
They were still fantastic, and the food was still nice. I think it's still worth $50.
I think so, because it's still a dinner show and you still get plenty of drink when you're in there. It just didn't hit the same this time, sadly.
No,
But on we go.
we didn't want to talk about it straight away because we were a little bit. Were we upset? I think we were a bit upset.
Yeah, and I think we just wanted a few days just to pass so we could,
Not that it was that dramatic, but
No.
we didn't want to talk about it in the moment when we might have spoken without thinking.
yes. But there we go.
I suppose what we're trying to say is that we hope these changes weren't driven by outside pressures, but unfortunately it did feel that way. For us, cruises should be places where those pressures stay on shore. Anyway, today it's time for us to leave the ship and head into town. Kotor is a tender port, which means Resilient Lady was anchored offshore and small boats would be used to take sailors ashore. If you're not a rock star and want to head ashore before 12:30, you'll need to book a slot in the app and go to the meeting point for your time. Rockstars can tender at any time without booking, and today our Rockstar meeting spot was Pink Agave, where we waited for the next tender. Tenders will either use the ship's own lifeboats or local small boats, but it often offers fantastic views of the ladyship as you're sailing by. If you are susceptible to seasickness, it's probably worth taking some precautionary medicine for these trips. But once you're near shore, you'll spot the distinctive red Virgin Voyage tents. It's here that you'll also return for your tender back to the ship. Stepping off the tender, it's just a short stroll towards Kotor's old town, and what a welcome it gives. Cobbled streets wind their way past beautiful old stone buildings, each turn revealing another postcard-perfect view. From quiet corners to bustling little squares, it's a place that feels like it's been frozen in time. Although just like in Athens, keep an eye out for those slippy stones and the occasional crowd of fellow explorers. One more thing, we found that most places in the old town were cash only, which was a bit of a problem when all we wanted was a bottle of water. So maybe bring a bit of cash with you, or a bottle of water from the ship, just in case. If you didn't know, Kotor is famous for its cats, and there are a lot of them. They've roamed the streets for centuries, originally welcomed for keeping the rat population down, and now they're practically local celebrities. You'll spot them lounging on doorsteps, weaving through the streets, and even featured in the little cat museum and souvenir shops around town. And just when you've found a perfectly charming little square, you'll be hit by the unmistakable stench of cat wee and poo. Did I mention there are lots of cats here? Even kittens, who if we're honest, look like they'd seen better days. By the time we finished exploring, the weather was showing signs of taking a turn. And I mean a proper turn. 1 minute we were wandering the square, the next I'm standing here like some sort of budget weatherman announcing it's raining. From here, we cut our day slightly short and made a soggy dash back to the tender. The rain absolutely pelted it down as we crossed the bay back towards Resilient Lady. But once we were back on board and back to our balcony, the silver lining was those incredible, moody views of Kotor's mountains draped in cloud, almost worth getting drenched for. The damp weather meant that this evening we were off to Sip Lounge on Deck 7 to partake in the inside version of Richard's Happy Hour. If you didn't know, there's a different menu available here than that of the rooftop happy hour, but Moet is still there, obviously. Whatever your plans, if you are sailing to Kotor, we would highly recommend making sure you leave room in your diary to watch the sail in or sail out of Kotor Bay. It depends if you're an early riser or not, but the views are totally worth it either way. With our bellies full of delicious food and affogato, do not forget the affogato, that signalled the end of another day. We awoke to find that someone had swapped the outside scenery again, this time to Dubrovnik. Ahead of our adventures, we filled our now empty bellies with breakfast in the galley. It's worth saying that for sailings shorter than 10 nights, the restaurants won't have daily specials, but the galley still does, so make sure you check those out. Although we will admit this English muffin looks a little sad. Speaking of English muffins, Mark, David, tell us what you thought of Kotor.
What a lovely place.
Yeah, lovely place.
We tendered across.
We did. I will say I liked Kotor. I don't, and it might just be that we didn't research it or whatever, but I didn't know how much there was to see. It felt like a lot of cafes and souvenir shops.
Inside the old town bit.
Inside the old town bit, which is the only bit we went to. Still, like, lovely streets to walk down. Beautiful and things. Place. Yeah, you feel like you've been transported back in time.
It gave me Lord Farquhar, Shrek vibes.
Oh, okay.
You know, what's the place where he lives? Far? No.
No, it's like, welcome to Dulac, something like that. It's a perfect town and we have some roads, let's lay them down.
That one.
Yeah.
Gave me that vibe.
Fair enough.
Lots of cats.
So many cats.
So many cats, in fact, that it made the whole place smell like cat. Sorry. Cat poo.
And wee.
Yeah. Stinky. Oh,
and they're not even trying to get rid of the cats. There's people, like, they've got stations around feeding them, so maybe that's a touristy thing. But what made me sad...
This was quite sad.
...was there were kittens going around and tourists were just going around and literally just grabbing them off the floor.
Kittens. And
but kids, like young children getting off, obviously might not know how to hold a cat, and it looked like they were getting quite squeezed.
They weren't the healthiest looking cats either.
No, I felt, I didn't like that. It made me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also parents, if you've got kids and you see them going around grabbing stray cats, maybe ask them not to, because they could be covered in fleas.
They will probably were covered in fleas.
And also, just let them view from afar. Mm-hmm. I think when you start grabbing at animals that aren't yours, not a fan.
Not. Not a fan. I will say, just going back to Kotor, sorry, there is a cable car that you could do that would have had some fantastic views of the bay and where the ship was docked. We didn't do it because it started to absolutely chuck it down.
Yes, well, luckily we timed it quite well. We'd already started heading back to the tender when the heavens opened.
Because we could see it arriving.
Yeah, and then we were on the tender, and then we saw it around us, and we're like, thank God we're in undercover.
Yeah.
It was dramatic.
Yes. So yeah, next day was Dubrovnik.
Cut! We haven't even shown you Dubrovnik yet. That's for next week's episode. For now, we'll leave the action here. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you have enjoyed it, please do like the video. It helps us out more than you know. If you wanted to see what we got up to in Athens before our cruise, check out this vlog next. I'll see you over there, but if not, we'll catch you next week for the rest of this adventure. Bye!